Hello everybody, welcome to the University of Tokyo. I am here and I'm not lost, not yet, but I'm in front of the Earthquake Research Institute, which is where I came to kind of study and learn about some of the biggest earthquakes in Japan in the history of this country. And we're going to get a chance to take a look at the Tokyo University campus now by getting lost a little bit. This is a really cool experience for me to come in here and then talk with seismologists and professionals here at the Earthquake Research Institute, or ERI, E-R-I as they call it here. Sorry, I came here specifically to interview a seismologist, and then I got a chance to talk with an engineer. There are three groups of people. And by the way, this is maybe the safest building in all of Japan. You can see here on the ground, this rubber. If there is a catastrophic earthquake, this building is going to be perfectly safe because the entire building is on a plate that will move with the earthquake. That's how safe they made the Earthquake Research Center. So I thought that was really interesting. But there's a volcanist who study the volcanoes. There are seismologists who, again, measure the intensity of the earthquake, and then there are engineers for the structural integrity of the buildings in Japan. That's all a team that works together for this, and I thought that was fascinating. And only at a place like Todai would they have it. In fact, it is the place because it was in Meiji 41, I believe. It became from a private institution to a public one funded by the university here. Food loaf, thank you. Sorry for the late start, everybody. All right, let's get lost in Tokyo. Todai, actually, I found a way to get around here by getting lost when I first came to University of Tokyo 4 hours ago. That you could follow this nature trail where the Department of Agriculture apparently owns this field, and you can practice here. And then on the left side here, you also have a baseball field where you can practice there as well. There was Shohei Ohtani waving at us over there. But for me, I cannot believe that this is the University of Tokyo. This trail is all part of the campus here. Peso, I actually did put in a good word. I said if Leo is interested in earthquakes, he's definitely going to be coming here to study with you guys. They have 80 students there studying. Oh, look at they're practicing lacrosse here. If you look on the other side, you can see the baseball players. It's interesting. I'm glad that guy's good at what he does, or else I would have had a lacrosse ball in the mouth. All right, there is a secret bridge that goes across from one campus to the other. So where exactly are we? I have a map that will help you comprehend the scope of Tokyo University of Tokyo. So right here, that's where we started at the Earthquake Research Institute, building number 2. This is the, I believe they call it Yayoi campus. There's kind of 2 of them. So we're gonna be going over to the main campus right now. This is the part that's slightly separated. Again, it's really all connected by Todai Mai subway station, which is on the Namboku line. Here's the main campus where we're gonna be going to right now. We're gonna walk over here, and I'm gonna show you one of the most beautiful trees that I've ever seen, which is on the right side there. But yeah, it's almost like going into, at the University of Tokyo is almost like another world inside of here, because you're so separated from the outside world once you're inside the walls of the University of Tokyo, called Todai, or Tokyo Daigaku, but we call it Todai here. Boom. And if I get lost, I'll be asking you guys for help. All right, I believe it's this way. I've been here a few times before in the past, but it's been a long time since the last time I was on campus. But it does remind me, the thing with campuses, even in Japan, they remind me of campuses back in the United States. I went to Ohio State University. I got a chance to travel around, in particular the Midwest, and go to universities like Purdue and Indiana and Wisconsin and Penn State, and they all kind of look alike. And I think you get this, I get the same vibe as I do with the US university. Maybe it's because of the bricks that are around here. And then you have all these trees and nature, and it's just a place of intense thinking. Or at Ohio State, intense drinking, which some students did. But you can hear the cicadas in the background. Japanese summer is here. It was a scorcher today, like about 36 degrees Celsius, which is what? It's like 90s. The humidity is very high, and here we have some brick buildings that will stand the test of heat and time. Apparently it has stood the test of time. This is the yayoi side, yayoi, of Tokyo University, and just the architecture in here in general, it's very different. Almost like Gothic, somewhat like Europeanish, I guess, in a way. That was my first reaction. I said, could you make a building more boring looking? And yet that has a huge impact when you look at it. It looks strong. That brown, I guess it's maybe modeled after universities in the UK and the United States, perhaps. I see Brandania's here. How you doing? It does feel like 40 degrees. After 35, you can't really tell the difference. It's just hot. It's a sauna. Brandania, if I do see a vending machine, I'm going to stop by and get a couple of drinks. So, I mean, look at this. Doesn't the architecture looks like something from the medieval England or something, right? Believe me, this is not boring compared to many boring US campuses. That's probably true. It does look really interesting. Look at the colors of the stones, and then this little hat they put up on the top of it. It's very unusual. I like that they've added accessibility ramps too. Everything everywhere on campus is quite accessible, except for this crossover bridge that I'm going to take you over right now to the engineering department, I believe it is. Michael Sasada's here. Drinks on Brandania. Snacks from Michael. Hey. All right, we're gonna go up here, and this is gonna take us over to the other campus, which is cool that it's connected by this. I went and ate at the campus cafeteria here at Todai. It's public. Anybody can go in there and eat. Although between 11:30 a.m. and 2, the priority is given to students, faculty, and staff. So I don't know what that means because they don't really check. You can pretty much just sit wherever you want to. The food is really cheap and it looks good. I had a chicken. It was $2.50, probably subsidized highly, and very good. And then upstairs there was a coffee shop or a cafe, and was able to get an iced coffee. Then I came to the second interview, which was back at the Earthquake Research Institute, Earthquake Research Institute. So this this bridge will take you over to the other side of campus. There's no filming inside of the restaurant, the cafeteria, for good reason. Nobody wants some YouTubers shoving a camera in their face. However, if you do call ahead and get a permit, you can go in there. And so that's maybe something I do in the future. Construction on the right side. Oh my gosh, footbridge is right. Land bridged in a footbridge. All right. So we're now on the other side of campus, the main campus, I guess you could call it that. And this is the engineering building. I believe it is. Like we started where I am with that blue dot, and I just crossed that road in the middle of the screen, and now we're on the main campus. So this is sort of a guide in case I get lost. And I want to show you after this a tree that just, when I saw it, my mouth dropped, because you guys all know I'm a tree hugger. And I saw something that was just extraordinary. Yeah, here's the Engineer University, I believe. And the architecture is quite striking. Now these supports, I heard that a lot of these came in after the earthquake of 2011, the big Tohoku earthquake, to reinforce some of the buildings. They make them, it certainly makes it look more engineer-ish. Makes it look cooler to have this. Hey, Mike DeSilva's here. Stay cool, JD, you got it. I'm doing my best. I'm always pretty cool. And anyone who says that is not cool. Which is why I say it, because it's not cool to say it, which makes it cool. Just depends how you look at it. Of course, I'm gonna have to lean back and show you. Again, it's so impressive, some of the buildings walking around campus here. Engineering building better look like something like this, because you feel inspired by the building you can go into to study, and I feel inspired by that very much so. I also noticed there's a ton of people visiting that are speaking in different languages, in particular Chinese, which I thought was quite interesting. I tried talking with one of the students, but they couldn't speak any Japanese or English. Wow, that brown is very imposing. I remember I went to the campus at Purdue University. That was one of the schools I was thinking of going to. And I was just overwhelmed by this color of red brick. It was too much for me. I started going crazy after just a few hours on campus. There was so much red brick at Purdue. It's like, gosh, this is so uninspiring. Then when I went to Ohio State's campus, I was just super inspired, because you have buildings, architecture from so many different generations. You can see the history of the university within the buildings just around the oval, which is the green space. And I was just really inspired by that, and the fact that Ohio State beat Purdue in football, so that made a big deal to me. Yeah, I'm just a kid. How do you know which school is the best school? Here's a map right here. So I can show you. We basically came from right here, which is the right here, which is the Earthquake Research Institute. The people in there are so friendly. I made some good friends in there, and I'm gonna be back. I got a lot of earthquake questions, and we walked across the yayoi section, across this footbridge. So we can zoom in a little bit. Across this footbridge, and we walked through the engineering department, and now we're here. This is the tree I want to show you, but first let's walk around the campus, because I think it's more impressive when you loop around the tree there, and then we can take a look at this pond as well. The Hongo section is what I call it. I've been to the university hospital. Again, like if you ever go here, that means there's something wrong. But it's one of the really good university hospital. Of course, this is Todai, the Harvard of Japan. All right, let's go through here. Look at this. I mean, you have to stop and admire the architecture. I don't think that they have any dorms on campus. I don't think Japanese universities are set up in that way. But I just know, I can tell you this. The experience that I had in college, the experience was half of the learning, because I had to learn personal responsibility being so far from home. I think it was 500 miles or 800 kilometers away or something like that. You have to learn that in the first couple of years and balance that with an academic life. It really set me up for the rest of my life, and learn how to be responsible, or else there are repercussions. But universities is sort of a safe place to do something like that. Japanese students typically will live at home or have an off-campus apartment and not live on campus, but I'm not sure if there are campus accommodations inside of here, but the architecture certainly would be so cool to live around. All right, let's go through here. I'll show you where you want to know where the cafeteria is? Click the like button. Let's see if we can get some likes here. I'll take you to the cafeteria. I'll show you where it is, and then maybe you can take a look at the menu. This is so impressive, this walkway. This is from the main entrance and exit to the university. And you walk through here, in particular in the autumn, and it is so beautiful. Aoyama Daigakuin is also quite stunning. Oh, look over there, they've got some sort of group photo thing going on. Thank you, Paul. I'm really glad that I could share this experience with all of you. I was late based on the enthusiasm of the seismologist and engineer. The interviews went way over. Had to change the SD cards twice, the batteries 4 times. But I'm probably gonna edit that down to like 2 minutes. But the interview was so fascinating. The thing is, when I meet people, I wanna talk to them. So we didn't just talk about volcanoes and the stuff that was on the agenda. I started talking to them about other stuff, like where do you live? How's the restaurants around there? That's how you make friends though too. I'll be honest with you, I've worked with media before. Media are not typically friendly people, or they to get a story or something out of you. But these are really fascinating people that have an amazing job to study earthquakes or to study engineering. Whoa, look at this building. This certainly looks old. There's some buildings around Hibiya Park that have the same kind of look, including the press building, probably built in the Meiji era. I wonder why they set on this design. What is it modeled after? Because back then, all the Japanese architecture was modeled after something in Europe or the United States that left an impression. Most of the experts came from abroad, in particular for earthquakes, because the biggest one at the time, according to the Earthquake Research Institute, there was a magnitude 8 that happened in Gifu back in 1851 or 1871. I can't remember where exactly, but they invited Westerners over to help them start a department to study the earthquakes. And that's the history of the Earthquake Research Institute here now. Came from Millet. I can't remember the name of the founder, one of the foreign influencers here. But this is really amazing history behind that, because Japan has probably more earthquakes than anywhere else. All right, this is the Chuo dining hall down here. So we're gonna make our way to the basement. So I'm taking you where? Frank, thank you. I'm not melting down, I'm melting sideways. It's really hot. All right, so right here This is the cafeteria entrance, the Chuo Dining Center. And they have this co-op shop here, which is sort of like a convenience store, which is really convenient. And there are ATMs here on the left side. But I want to show you really quickly the menu in here. So you can see the menu is from July 3rd to 28th. And they've got some stuff here from Osaka, from Tohoku. I guess it's a regional. Chicken namban from Kyushu. So it all looks really good. Look at the prices on it though. 473 yen for that. For octopus udon, that's really cheap. That's like $3.50. This is miso katsudon, and that's about $4.25 or something like that. It's so cheap. So you can go in here, but as it says on the sign, between 11:30 and 1:30, priority is given to students, faculty, and staff, which I don't know what that means exactly because they don't really check. All right, let's go see that tree. I guess I can show you really quickly. It says no filming inside there, but that's what it looks like from the outside. You want to respect the rules. Okay, let's go up. Wow, the old steps. Everything is cement. It feels like it's a university. This is a beautiful looking tree. Look at that. I could see myself reading a book under this tree and getting some knowledge. All right, let me take you over to the other tree that I thought, when you walk this walk and you see what you're about to see, it's gonna leave an impression it's gonna make you feel something, okay? I think it's because I'm on a gimbal and we're walking, but when I walked through it about 2 hours ago, I was super impressed. So we had come from this direction, okay? From the Yayoi campus to the Hongo campus here. It's hard to say how old that tree is, but I'm pretty sure that there's something on the internet to kind of give it to highlight its history. But these buildings here, they look like possibly classrooms, but they're I would love, if they had a dorm room experience, it'd be so much better to live right on campus. I lived on South Campus at Ohio State, really close to the bars. I didn't pick the location. And I learned a lot living at North Campus. A little bit better. People study better on North Campus, I heard. All right. I think it was through here. Oh no, it's the next one. So you're gonna make the next right, and then you walk through there, and the tree is like, wow, right in your face. It's awesome. Hot. Get all my gear. Main channel episode. Okay, here's a map. As it tells you, there's some construction here. Here's that main walkway we walked through, and now we're coming around here. We're gonna walk through this corridor to the tree, which is just over there, and we'll end. I'm going to end by taking you over to this pond here on the right side to take a look at that. Just keep in mind that there is visitor parking, so if you do come by bicycle, you can't park where the university is, because I saw like police or K-Bean patrol taking the people away, taking the people's bicycles away. All right, here's the front towards the tree, and this is what impressed me. One of the most beautiful things of this university was this right here. And you know, we walked through what looked like tunnels through underneath the buildings. This one, the tunnels are the trees around that have grown magnificently since they were planted, probably back in the Meiji era 150 years ago. Some of these trees are certainly, you know, matriarchs, like, or the patriarchs, I don't know. But this tree in particular that's right in front is just super impressive. And then after you go between these two trees, it just opens up. And it looks like something from a Ghibli movie, like Totoro is on the top going, "You kids better study or I'm gonna take my claws of death and scratch your eyes out." I don't think Totoro would say that. Look at that. I don't know. I think it's the fact that we just walk through a curtain of trees. I'm gonna go backwards. Do it in reverse. We worked through the curtain that is at the exact same shape of this tree. Like if it was a puzzle piece, it would fit together perfectly. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Just a little teeny detail like that. And you walk through there and it just opens up. And this tree must have been planted at the founding of Todai. There's no other way to explain it. I'm gonna go underneath it and take a look up its skirt. Something I don't do often, so only with trees. It's against the law. Stop it. Wow. I don't think anyone climbs this tree anymore. There you go. Beautiful. And the canopy is very wide, so it gives you quite a bit of space. Oh no. Oh no. Do you see what I see? Starbucks. What the heck you doing here? You've got coffee and students in there too. How'd that happen? My country has an office in the university and it's a Starbucks. America representing at Todai. That's not, I don't feel pride in that. Really? It just means that they have the financial capital to buy a spot inside the university. Which is impressive, let's be honest here. I like the fact that they have these tables underneath here too, that you can, they have tables underneath here so you could, like if this was Ohio State, people would be making out underneath there because it's shielded enough. You're seeing more PDA, but not on Tokyo University. Now granted, I think summer vacation is here, so there aren't a lot of students around. Which is why I got a chance to interview the Earthquake Research Institute more now than when classes are in full swing, which is actually a good thing. Had to just wait a long time. All right, we're gonna go straight ahead. And already, this is the direction I haven't been yet, but you see a fountain. And as you're walking, let me show this again really quickly. So I zoomed out from where I was a few days ago to the yayoi side of the campus, and we walked from the Earthquake Research Institute to what's appearing on the right side, which is the Hongo campus. We walked over the footbridge to the Hongo campus, and there we are. And in the next 10 seconds, you're going to take a look and see where we're headed next. So right in the middle, right there, on the right side, middle right, we're walking through the trees towards the fountain. But yeah, you can see it's just a beautiful campus. The Hongo side got that feel of old, but it's another world in here because it is so separated from the rest of the city, isn't it? And here you are in real life with me in front of the other side, which is where there's a European looking fountain there. This could be Spain or Barcelona. Feels very Southern European. If you drink from this fountain, your IQ will increase until the sickness hits you. Superpowers are limited. Wow, it's really opened up. This does not look like Tokyo. This is not Tokyo. Are you kidding me? This is not freaking Tokyo. What? Really? And this has a very Japanese feeling to it, and as the design of it, you've seen them it looks like a pagoda. And the design of the buildings here, they are very unique. I can't even place it. Look at that. It's pretty cool the way the water is pouring out of the bowl there. Make it a big peaceful racket. Fascinating. This looks like it could be dorms. This would be prime real estate in Tokyo. Let's go around here. Wow. Peso, I don't want to get arrested. I'm here as a guest. I would not make the Institute look good if you had to bail me out, okay? Or you would have to bail me out. What am I talking about? Oh, and Peso, just for the record, exactly, Peso goes, go in for a swim. Didn't you see the sign? Look at this. This is very like Moroccan. It feels like it's right? The design of the openings, it's very unique. Just a note on the food at the cafeteria, they do have halal cuisine. I thought that was really interesting. So as it being a university campus, they do make more of an effort to be accessible to all, not just those that are in wheelchairs, for example, that have, but also people that have different kinds of diets too. So I kind of thought that was really interesting. Let's take a look at the walkway here for a second. I could take a bath at home, you're right. Peso, it says do not enter. As far as I know, that's bath too. All these smart people. Because of the late time that I started this live stream, I think it was like 30 minutes late. I apologize, very much so. We started at the wrong side of campus, so we're now at the other. Right, I'm taking you to the pond now. I believe it's to the right. I can already hear the mosquitoes, but let's go down. This does not look like an established path. Are you kidding me? Oh. Ugh, is that a spider web? Ugh. Ugh, it tastes like a spider web. Ugh. Oh. It came out of a spider's butt. Think about that. All right? Think about it. Where did it come from? Spider eats other insects and sucks out the guts and spits it out its behind, and you get like this web. No one wants to eat a web. Ugh. Spider poop. Shouldn't talk ill of them, as there are probably more of them than there are of me. If you got all the spiders in this park together, they could probably make a John-shaped spider-looking man with a million spiders. They web themselves together so they're indestructible. Look like a shadow of mine, except it can spit out a million spider webs from its behind. Very strong web. Well, this is very cozy. Look at this, there's not a soul in sight. But there's a carp. This is a great place to study. I didn't get an image at Meiji University of it being a campus of significance like this. It's been a long time since I was at Keio, and I don't remember because usually it was dark and I might have had a couple. But I haven't been there in about 15, 20 years, back to Keio. Keio sort of has an entrance into there. There's a turtle! Whoa! Wish I had some bread or something, but they usually say don't feed the turtles bread, so. A realistic Spider-Man made of a million spiders all joining together for the destruction of John. I could see that. There's some souls over there. Beautiful, beautiful campus. It really is a surreal spot in Tokyo, right next to Ueno. Nezu Shrine is walking distance of here. Nezu is very famous for the ume blossoms, the plum blossoms. So if you are going there, you can stop here by all means. I think walking around Todai and even having lunch here should be on your itinerary. Just keep in mind between 11:30 and 1:30, the priority goes to the students, faculty, and staff. I found that out the hard way. But I was there, I left there at 12, so I got there before. In a way, I was grandfathered in. Oh, shit. These rocks were placed here probably 150 years ago. And if this was Ohio State, you'd have like Michigan students probably shoplifting them. Take them back to Ann Arbor to build some University of Science, geology or something. They don't got all the rocks up there in the people's heads. I have to say that. It's obligatory. I say that affectionately as a Big Ten student. Oh man, it's hot. I'm already winded. We're gonna go out the main gate and take a look back at the university. This pond was beautiful. The campus is great. I like the fact that there's like lost buildings in here. Look at this. That looks like an abandoned shack where like a student stalker lived in there or something. Probably peeking at us right now. Look at that. That door was not made for somebody. I'm 180 centimeters. The door is 140. Danielle's on my side. As a fellow Ohioan, I approve. See? And by the way, the population of Ohio is much larger than Michigan, so. But without that rivalry, life would be less interesting. So, I think for the Michigan people too. So in the end, our immature dislike for one another stemming from the Toledo War, which is a real thing, where Ohio and Michigan fought for land, and guess who won, baby? As far as I know, OH. All right, let's get back to it. Actually, we want to go out to the main gate, so we should probably go through here where we haven't been before. I won't take you to that Spanish-influenced, at least that's what I said, it was that European-looking water fountain. We're gonna go straight through this building right here. Danielle has completed our spelling of the state of Ohio. Thank you. You know, Penn State University students make fun of us like we need to spell our state, but their little shout isn't much better. It's like they forget who they are. We are Penn State. Really? Of course you are. That's where you are. It's like they need that affirmation because they are Penn State. That's how you piss off 100,000 people. All right, let's go out the main gate here. Fantastic university. I love it. I think this is great to look at. It even looks like a keyhole. Smart. I love this campus. It's really nice. I bet you the only one that might be more beautiful is the Aoyama Daigakuin in, of course, in Aoyama near Omotesando. That university in the fall is absolutely stunning. I haven't been at Todai in the fall, but I can only imagine these trees light up like fireworks. Right? Looks like Hogwarts campus. It very well does. Look at that entrance. Look at that. That's so cool. And over there is where that beautiful tree is. And then to the left, Starbucks. Well, I don't know, which is better, McDonald's or a Starbucks? Probably the students would prefer to have a McDonald's. They get pretty good coffee there too. And it's at half the price or more, or less. Now here's the main entrance to Todai, Tokyo University, University of Tokyo. It's officially the University of Tokyo, I believe. Only one way to confirm it. Here's a map. So we're here by the main gate. We walked to this pond, which is so nice. There's another one over here, but the fountain, the tree, the Hongo campus, it does go back to the University Hospital, which I'm not going to go to. And there's Asano, which is a section of the campus that's somewhat separated but connected by the Yayoi campus where we started at the Earthquake Institute, baby. Nothing is more fun than Earthquake Institutes. And I asked them, who's on TV more? I said, is it because there's three occupations in the earthquake department at the Earthquake Research Institute. One of them is here's the street going this way. One of them is the seismologists. The other one is volcanists. And the third one is engineers. Here's the main gate. Wow. And I interviewed a seismologist and an engineer. There's only 4 in the department, I believe. And he said that the volcanists get all the attention. That's not fair. They're in like TV dramas and stuff. That's not fair. You gotta give some love to the seismologists. But absolutely stunning campus. I hope that you enjoyed this walk through there. Again, like if you are lucky enough to get to enter into the University of Tokyo, please contact me. I'd like to be your friend. It's like investing in a fortune, because if you have that, you're gonna be, konnichiwa. Yay. They're like waving, bye-bye. You have to be pretty smart to get into this one. It's the Harvard of Japanese universities. And you can get that feeling when you're walking the campus. It started, I believe, around the Meiji era. You can see I'm melting. Them's a break. You come into Japan in the summer, you better prepare to look like this. All right? Hot. Not old. Hey, back down. Step off, George. And now I'm going to take you to the final stop. The most important one. How the heck do you get here? Well, you can walk here from Ueno. For those that are gonna be critical of me every time I say it. Look at that old bookstore across the street and coffee shop. I think walking around the streets around Todai is also gonna be pretty interesting. So maybe in a future live stream, if you guys like that, click the like button. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me walking around the area around the university, because I bet you there's some interesting stuff, in particular restaurants, cafes, dare I say nightlife? I mean, do Todai students partay? Do they partay? Do they partake in the partay? It's hard to say. I do know that they do like pizza apparently, because there's Super Pizza's right across the street. That is absolutely a university campus. So brainiacs are no different than you or I, which is not saying that you and I are not brainiacs. We are in our way, but these people are book smart, you know, not street smart. Like, you know, like if you go up to them smiling, like, you know, are they gonna flinch? Yeah, they're gonna flinch and they're gonna run away. But if somebody else goes like that, none of us are gonna flinch because we got street smarts. Because no one would ever believe that a mug like me would actually go through with that. You know? But you probably should flinch and run away, because that's the smart thing. No one wants to get injured. That's the difference between street smarts, YouTube smarts, book smarts. If you can find the emoji, it's time for the Melon Kuma. Bring out Melon Kuma for the attack. And only members have that. Melon Kuma is street smart. The campus closes at 12:30. This is good to know. 7 a.m. to 12:30 midnight. So it's good to know. You don't want to get locked in like Curious George at the zoo. I was watching that with Leo. Curious George got locked in at the zoo. He couldn't get out. But he could have just climbed the fence. But the man with the yellow hat was not there to tell him. Ah, so hot. University Tokyo. Todaimai Namboku-san. Do it. Nope, I didn't see one vending machine, Brandania. Not a one. All right, I like this walking back because now I'm gonna pan to the right and you're gonna see the footbridge. We crossed that about 40 minutes ago. So hot. I'm melting, and I'm carrying about 20 kilograms on my back. Feels like it. Tripod, 2 cameras, 4 lenses, batteries. Wires. And tourist bus. So that's what the... Let's wave and see if they'll wave, tourists. Bye-bye, tourists. Bye-bye. Ah! Do you see that? This looks like the baseball team. That was the baseball team. Whoa. We saw the next Shohei Ohtani. Thought it was tourists. I got bit by mosquitoes so bad, you don't see it. I can feel it. The gate here, this is to the Yayoi campus, and this gate looks super imposing. Look at it. made of wood and metal. Looks like a gate to a castle. Super impressive. All right, let's make our way to Todaimai, which is just right here. I found a back entrance to the Institute of Earthquake Research Institute. This way. A volcanist. It's an awesome job. What do you do? I'm a volcanist. Whoa! So cool. I bet you that he goes out to bars and clubs and talks about lava. It's awesome. Wonder what his business card looks like. I'm sure it's got a volcano on it. Like spitting rocks out, lava, steam and poison gas. Whoa. Job title, volcanist. It's awesome. All right, here we go, Todaimai. There you go. So I hope this was useful, everybody. You enjoyed my banter as I talked to myself to a phone. To all of you on the other side, I apologize for being late, but I got a pretty good interview out of it, and you're going to enjoy it on the back end of this main channel episode coming. So until then, I will see you in another episode tomorrow, most likely, as I explore more of Tokyo. But I'm about to escape Tokyo. I got a trip to Okayama. I got a trip to Nara, to Nagano. I'm leaving Tokyo for quite a bit. And again, the RV video, for those that are waiting for the part 2, I kind of switched it around a little, to give it its own theme, because I discovered that road trips are not that popular, at least not on my channel. So I had to change it around a little bit, but I think it'll be a pretty good video and worth the wait. Photo line, thanks for the super chat, right signing off, but I appreciate the love from everybody. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo. Or as they say at Todai, toodaloo. I don't know. Say something. Mata ne.